Well, this week was kind of a short one, but we did have some good stuff ranging from fairies to slimes to superheroes and even anti-heroes. Hey everyone, it's Tony here with Nerds Never Sleep, and it's time again for another weekly figure roundup. That's right, this is the time of the week where I bring you in, show you all the statues, figures, and collectibles that I highlighted on the channel over the previous week using things like YouTube Shorts, Instagram Reels, TikToks, and photo galleries across various social media platforms. Now, as I said at the beginning, this was a kind of short week, and not for a lack of trying. It was more along the lines of one of the waifus for Waifu Wednesdays got flagged for adult content, so she is not present until I find out exactly why Mad Moxie, spoiler alert, got hit for adult content. So hopefully I'll be posting her next week. That being said, I did actually get quite the unexpected uptick of viewers and subscribers this past week. So if you guys are watching this right now, I appreciate the heck out of it. And man, every single one of these figures surprisingly did very, very well on my channel. So whether it was the previous week's Miku week that boosted me up as well as it did, or just this variety of awesome pieces. Anyway, I'm going to go right in and get into them, starting off with my Monday piece, My Hero Monday, going to an oldie but a goodie with the first figure of Endeavor. This was actually the Banpresto Amazing Heroes line. And while he's not spectacular by any means, back when this came out, he was the only one you were going to get. He still had a very large presence compared to the other figures in the series, so he did stand out. But when you size him up to the newer prize figures of Endeavor, man, this one just pales in comparison. But they did a great job with like the colors, the different dynamics of him, and he's just the stature, his big, like, muscular stature. So I applaud them for the effort with this one. Unlike the first All Might in this series, which was pretty damn horrible. I do have that one as well if you guys want to see it. But man, he was a sloppy mess. Endeavor, however, the paint came out great, the sculpt came out great, and just all the pieces just fit together really, really well. If you're looking for an older, cheap piece, as far as Endeavor goes, this will be the one you want to look for. But they've also reprinted this one in I believe it was a metallic finish. Don't know why metallic, but they've redone him with a different color scheme. So either version if you're looking for a smaller scale, cheaper Endeavor. And Twin Tuesday, seeing as how the weather has been getting very, very warm here in New England, I went with a more warm weather type of twin with this adorable fairy dance Ram. And man, other than the massive base on this one, she is absolutely incredible. The fact that this is a prize figure still blows my mind to this day, and there is a matching rem that goes with her as well. The only thing I would have liked, and I know I say this a lot, is if they had connecting bases, so you could have had them posed actually together, flying either in opposite directions or flying towards each other, whichever it may be. I mean, in this case, with the huge base, you can put them kind of side to side, so they're flying away from each other, and that's the way I display them. But again, that big base does take up a lot of real estate and leave for less as far as display ability. Now, the figure itself is absolutely adorable. She's got these really cute translucent pink wings. Of course, she's the pink fairy. Rem is the blue fairy. And everything from the little flower details on her, the little flower details going around on her dress, like the petal kind of look to the lighter pink area here around the dress. All of it looks really, really good. And they even did her face amazingly well. Now, my only thing that a lot of people message me about when I show this one is how stable is she. So she is actually pegged in sideways, kind of like at an angle to the base. And I've had this since the day she came out, and it hasn't leaned or fallen or anything like that. So I can actually say there's a long enough peg in there to kind of keep her stabilized. But if you are a little iffy about it, they do just make little rods you can take and you can kind of balance her up yourself. All in all, I think she is a fantastic figure, and I highly, highly recommend her and the matching Rem to anybody who's looking for a different kind of look for their ReZero figures. Now for Waifu Wednesday, I did have a waifu for you all with the announcement of Borderlands 4. I did a Mad Moxie piece that actually got hit for adult content. Don't know why. It wasn't even my favorite Mad Moxie. It was the Modern Icons one from GameStop. But it was something different that I haven't really shown here on the channel yet. And for some reason, she got flagged as inappropriate content. And I decided to take her down off of YouTube and TikTok. I am going to try to re-up her again on this coming Wednesday. So we'll try for a round 2. If not, maybe I'll show her in just one of these long form videos. Now for that time I got Reincarnated Thursday, we went back to the boy Rimuru with one of the more impressive prize figures I've seen of him, just because of how big this Rimuru is. Now this is one of the Espresso line that has actually recently made a comeback. It went away for a while and now we're getting a kind of a resurgence with that line. And these were more of a higher tier Banpresto prize figure where you had them larger in scale and a lot more details to them. And man, I'm happy they're back because these things look great. When you size this Rimuru up next to some of the Ichiban Kuji figures, he actually holds up with them. So very, very awesome. He's got the cool kind of flowing out leathers. He's got the sword where he's kind of pulling it out of the back. The only thing I don't like about it is the sheath. It's kind of just hanging behind him, and there isn't a hole through it, so you can't actually like put the sword into it to make it look like he's actually taking the sword out. And I don't know if that was just mine or if everyone's is like that. If yours isn't like that and yours actually has a hole in it that the sword can go into, let me know, because then I'll just poke a hole through mine. But I absolutely love this one. I like how, while it has a large base, he does actually take up the real estate of that base with the wide-legged pose. He's holding a giant kind of slime version of himself, and they still went with the translucent hair towards the tips, which I absolutely love. I think it's a very, very badass Rimuru. Classic look for him, and I do recommend this one to anyone if you can get your hands on him. And then I had to close out the week with a big one, guys. And man, a lot of you really like this one. You like this one every time I post him. So I can't go wrong. With the release of the Thunderbolts Asterix, I decided to show off one of my favorite of the Black Widow line that I've seen so far, is the Red Guardian. Now, this one is from Iron Studios. It's a 1/10 scale. I did do an unboxing and review of him on the channel. I absolutely love how well they captured David Harbour's just look. I know he's got a helmet on, but when you see this, you know who it is. And it's a fantastic job. This piece, again, is part of 4 of the pieces from the Black Widow set, which in the video I did show off Task Mistress as well. So if you guys are looking for either one of those, check out the channel for full reviews. I still do have Yelena and Natasha to unbox and review as well. So if you guys want to see those, drop a comment down below. I'll get around to those immediately. But this piece is just so freaking cool. The base is very simplified, but if you saw the Black Widow movie, not many people did, it does fit the very kind of basic set pieces we had in the film, which was like a carrier and a prison, stuff like that. Nothing crazy, but it does the job, and he actually fits in really well with the Avengers Endgame line. So that's where I have him in my display as well. Now, I got this one on an insanely cheap price during Iron Studios' basic fire sale, a bunch of stuff, for about $30. If you like this character, I definitely recommend picking this up. But with the release of the new movie, we'll probably be seeing another updated version of this coming out down the line. Either way, I recommend checking him out. He's a really cool piece. And that's going to be it for all the pieces that I showed off this week. I know it was a very, very short week because I had an error on Saturday as well, but we will make up for it this week. Sunday, I've got a big spread coming up to you guys for May the 4th be with you, of course. And there will be a bunch of figures for that day alone. So this table is going to be massively filled next week. As far as my picks of this week, I always give a favorite high end and a favorite low end. Now, of course, Red Guardian is going to be my favorite of the high end because he's the only one. And it's going to be a no-brainer for me for the lower end stuff. I got to give it to the Espresso Rimuru because, again, these things are so much larger and more impressive than a lot of the other Ben Presto prize figures. So, again, can't go wrong with a Rimuru. But the ROM over here is absolutely adorable. So it is a tough choice. But again, you cannot go wrong with any of these pieces that I highlighted this past week. So those were my picks. Let me know who your favorites were down in the comments below. Now, before I close out this video, I'm going to kind of fire through a couple of page updates. Not much went on this week other than short videos and streaming. I've been doing a lot of game streaming. I did Dead or Alive Venus Vacation Prism, finished up some of that. I've been doing some Clair Obscur Expedition 33, which I'm absolutely loving. But I'm trying to also finish the slog that has become of Sword Art Online Last Recollection. And if you guys have been in for those streams, you know, oh my God, I've been getting so frustrated towards the end of the game because the game just won't end. It's throwing bosses at you like it's an actual MMO with tens of millions of HP that are taking 15 minutes apiece just to fight the enemies. So, it is getting increasingly frustrating because I just want to finish the game so I can get that one off the list and focus on Expedition 33 100%. But those streams have been a lot of fun, guys. I recommend coming in, chatting up with me. We have fun in there. We kind of go off tangent. We show off some figures and collectibles during the streams, other games, all kinds of stuff like that. So it's definitely a lot of fun, and I love doing it. And as far as videos, didn't really finish any. I recorded a couple, but those should be coming this week, I hope. And that's going to be it. Very, very short week. Tried to make this a short video. Thank you guys so much for coming and checking it out today. If you liked the video, do me a solid. Click the like, the subscribe, the share, spread the nerdiness. Follow on all the socials. The links are down in the description below. And I'll see you all in the next one. Bye, everyone.